So we got a call from a homeowner who was watching some YouTube videos on how to rebuild shower valves. He found us in the Zip Seat Extractor, realized that we were right down the street from him, so called us up to come do it. So the Zip Seat Extractor strikes again. Yeah! So this actually has a broken diverter right here. We're gonna have to extract that before we can rebuild this valve. Now, before we go any further, we're gonna have to shut the water down so that I can pull this whole thing apart. Now, boom, it takes care of that. Before we pull the bonnet and the spindle out, we need to detach it from the rear wall by opening this up. So we're going to make sure that this is open. And it is. Now I'm going to break this bonnet nut loose very easily. Sometimes the spindle doesn't stay open. You gotta open it up with it. Let that water drip right out. And we have a gasket in here. That gasket we want to save.
Nice.
That one's in there tight. Now let's take a look at the seats in here. They look pretty corroded. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the Zip Seat Extractor. Hallelujah. There's actually two different wrenches in here. The classic, which is for the older style seats, that's a square orientation. And the Evolve, which is for the newer seats, that's a hexagon orientation. I'm going to see which one fits in here best. I'm going to take this in. I usually pop in this speed bit first. That's impact rated. That one does not fit in here. I'm going to take the classic bit. There we go. That one fits in perfectly. I'm going to take my impact gun, 18-volt impact gun. I'm going to put it right in, put it on reverse. I'm going to press in. I'm going to apply pressure while I'm putting it on reverse and break this thing free. And there it is. A little more. You still don't always want to come right out, but it's definitely undone now. it's broken free, but the seat is just stuck in here. Here we go. Now, if I didn't have this bit, that thing would have stripped everything out in here. And this thing already looks like somebody's already been in there. You can see the other notches in there. This is only a square orientation, and it catches only some of those notches, whichever ones you lock into. But you can see that this thing's just totally corroded in here. Now, we go into the back one, which is the hot seat. See if this thing fits back there. There it is. Let me get that one out. That one should come out easier. And there it is. They get some really hard water here. So that takes care of that. Now, I gotta go up to the truck, break down the other valve, steal all the parts off that I need so I can rebuild this valve. So I gotta bring it in here, put it in my vise. Now I'm going to save that with the bonnet nut and this new gasket. That whole thing, we're going to save that. I'm going to take out the seats that are inside here, the brand new seats, which I know because they're brand new, they're going to take the evolved bit. That's the hexagon bit. It's going to go right inside here like this, fit like a glove. Put this on reverse. Press in a little bit, and that one comes out nice and easy. You can go back in here with the hot seat in the back. Now you hear that rap at the beginning? That's the impact action that breaks these things free at the point of contact without harming the valve, without breaking the pipes behind there, whether it's PVC or PEX or old copper. Chances of breaking those are much less with an impact gun using impact at the point of contact rather than muscling it with some hand tool that you put all the torque on the pipes itself in the back of the wall. The first thing I'm going to do is put the hot seat, which is the smaller one that goes in the back. Now there's a brand new seat, so I know that takes the evolved bit. That's why you need to have both bits, the classic and the evolved. This is the hexagon bit that's going to work with this seat. Put that in. I'm going to hand feed it into the back, hand thread it. And when I can't go anymore with my hand, I'm going to put this 18-volt impact gun on forward. I'm going to give it a few rap tap taps to seat it. That's it. It's in. Now, next thing I'm going to do is take my brand new cold seat, which is the large seat, which also takes the hexagon bit, also known as the evolved bit, and we're going to hand feed that in. And I'm going to start threading it in carefully. Once I get it started, and I can't go in any further by hand, then I'm going to put this impact gun back to work and give it a few rap tap taps. Ready? That's it. Now that's seated in there good. Now we have a brand new bonnet nut, TA10 spindle, and gasket. I'm going to feed this whole thing in there. But first I want to make sure this open. That's all the way open. I'm going to put this in. I'm going to hand feed it in there. Now I don't need to over crank this because there's a gasket in here. That's what seals the water. So I'm going to take my channel locks on my nice Klein pliers here. I'm just going to give it a little snug like that. That's it. Now before I do anything else, I'm going to close this valve. I'm going to turn the water back on so I make sure that we're good. Now we're going to test it. Now I'm going to tighten down this packing nut so that the handle has a little more weight to it and it doesn't leak out of here. Now I'm going to set the temperature by taking the valve, putting the handle on, making sure it's at 12 o'clock, and then I'm going to turn this all the way to 2 o'clock. And that's about 120 degrees. And this little set screw, just screw it right down until it stops. And that won't let it go any further than 2 o'clock mark, which is about 120 degrees. Now we're going to replace the faceplate. Symmons has dozens of different faceplates and finishes that you can change the whole look of your shower just by changing this part. Now that the valve's rebuilt, we're going to put this on there and make it look like beautiful brand new. First thing that I do is I sit this diverter so that it's straight up and down like that, so I know when I pop it right inside this faceplate that all I gotta do is line it up like that. And I'm leaving this cone off specifically so I can see the screws go into the screw holes in the back. Get started like that. Get this one in. And you can see it and start like that. I like to do these by hand so that we don't crack the faceplate or crack the shower behind the faceplate. And I tighten it up so that there's no space between the back plate and the shower. It won't leak back there. Now we put our cone escutcheon on, and that'll screw right onto that bonnet nut. Tight. Then we put our next escutcheon on that covers the 2 screws and the diverter. And that'll go right in like that and pop right in. There, beautiful. And look, it looks great. So now we put our handle on with our escutcheon behind the handle. We're gonna put our handle on at 6 o'clock so it's going aiming straight down. And that's it. Another successful job for the Zip Seat Extractor.
Hi, I'm Lily.
I'm Marlon. Yesterday I called to, well, I was looking up online, to see if I could find some information on how to fix a valve in the shower. And I noticed that it was very difficult to fix. And I was about to order a part, and then I put in a work order. And then they called today and happened to be the guy who invented the tool that I was about to order. So I said, sure, come on in and fix it. And he did a great job.
Yeah, we were really starstruck because we didn't know we had a celebrity so close by, and the work was very fast, quick, efficient. We're really, really happy with the work.